Hello, beautiful family. Thank you for joining me here today for another co-creation between us. I wanted to talk about something that I've been going through for a couple of years now, but is getting more and more pronounced in my way of seeing my reality, my workflow, um, my feelings toward what I'm doing, especially with regard to work. And I wanted to share this because it's part of the energies that we're experiencing. We have a lot of diamond light coming in now, really filling our field. That is creating opportunities for incredible expansion as we are, coming through this next series of energetic shifts through August and then into September, which is going to bring us into the equinox, which is going to be a very powerful shift for all of us. But I wanted to talk about this because I know that many of you are feeling different different feelings and may not be quite sure what it is that is taking place for you. So let's break this down a little bit, okay? Now, some of you might be feeling apathy toward the things that you've always done, the things you've always loved. Maybe if you're a creator, the things that you're creating are no longer feeling like they are satisfying to you. And if you are, in your own business and working for yourself, you may be feeling lately like there's got to be something else, or there has to be another part to it, let's say, that needs to be brought in some way, shape, or form, and are not really sure what that looks like. We're in these heightened creator codes, and as these codes are activating, it's really making obvious to us what 3D looks like, what 3D feels like. And these feelings are 3D feelings when we're not satisfied with where we are in our present moment, in our state of being, and we're looking for something else, or maybe thinking that we need to expand in some way. It could also feel like a sense of depression, maybe disappointment in certain things regarding your life or the way things are going. And maybe it feels like the old ways just don't feel familiar or comfortable anymore. An example of that would be a couple days ago, I went to an eatery on the water out east in the Hamptons. I think it's Hampton Bays or something like that. And I go there every summer. That's like a regular, summer thing to do. Go out there, sit on the dock by the water, have a nice bite to eat, and watch the boats come in and out. And sometimes there's, fishing boats that come in and they may weigh their catch. The other day I saw a tuna. But here's the thing, right? That was something that always felt very nourishing, and in a sense it felt like wholeness, like, really making me feel my value in life and how I'm living and everything. But when I went out there the other day, it actually fell flat. It was like I didn't really feel the vibe, and nothing there had changed. It was the same, but I wasn't feeling the vibe, and I wasn't feeling the sense of comfort, happiness, the experience of joy and peace. It just wasn't there. It was very different. It was I felt almost like subpar, and it had never felt like that before. And this has been happening over the last 2 years for me, where I'm noticing that, things that I had always enjoyed doing just are not feeling the same anymore. And I can say that many of you will be feeling this. If you're not feeling it yet, you will be feeling it. The other day, I was tuning to Instagram. I was checking messages, and I happened to see a post from an artist that I follow who's got a huge following. She's, like 100 or 200,000 followers. And she made a post, and it was a video of her showing her latest artwork. And in the post, she said, I don't know what's changed here, but I'm watching my numbers drop every day. They're dropping, and I'm not doing anything different. I'm still creating content. People are still enjoying it, still saying it's high level artwork, and brings them joy. But in some way, shape, or form, my numbers are dropping. And I'm noticing this across the board. And it has to do with the fact that 3D can no longer be supported. The old timelines will no longer be supported. The Piscean age will no longer be supported. The Piscean age was when, where we needed to experience that real personal feeling from, seeing people posting selfies all the time. That was a timeline. I never got into that because that's a timeline thing, right? And so, but we can choose that as a part of our reality as creators, to create through that timeline, through that collective experience. But now that's shifting as we head into the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is very mental. It's mentally stimulating. It needs to be mentally stimulated, right? And it's not about the visuals anymore. We're seeing this being broadcast in a sense as we're going through this shift with the movements that are taking place, where technology is coming into play, right? Where things like Chat GPT, I think it's called, and many of the AI platforms that allow you to submit pictures of yourself, and then they will create a likeness for you, AI generated. We're seeing a lot of that. And we've been seeing over the past couple of years where it started with non-binary, where individuals didn't want to be identified as male or female or other, right? No race associated or anything. They just wanted to be as they are. So we were seeing the age of Aquarius already presenting in that. And, as with everything, we have a choice in how we're going to interact with it, right? As we could use the AI technology. For myself, if I have to use it as a kiosk because there's nobody at a register available, I would use it then. But if there's somebody that I can interact with at a register, I'm going to use the register. And it's simply because, in my personal feeling about AI technology, while I love mental stimulation, I love a great conversation. That's who I am. I love very intellectual. The age of Aquarius is perfect for me because it's, for me, like nothing is better than having a really great conversation that is just, at a high level, engagement, stimulating, and making you think beyond. That's what I look for. So I'm excited for Age of Aquarius. I'm not excited for AI technology because I feel like if we are not careful, we're going to let it get out of hand, just like the Atlantean timelines. And we could be our own demise, right? So it's going to be up to us how we're utilizing everything in our reality, how we're allowing ourselves to create through it and form these new opportunities for creation. And so it's important for us to have the information or the awareness that these shifts are presenting in a very, very strong way, coming into our field as these diamond light codes, the freedom codes. We went through the 777 gateway activation. I know a lot of people are focusing on the Lionsgate portal, but that's a portal, and we're really not aligning with portals anymore. Everything is about the gateway of the heart. The stargate of the heart is how we're accessing higher dimensional states of consciousness. So if you're still tying to the things like the Lionsgate portal, just do an internal check on that, and see if that really feels like something that is important for you to tune into, or is it more beneficial for you to tune into the Stargate information that's coming through, because that's really where we need to be aligned to, and not follow those portals anymore. They were active, there were activations in the past, right? We use them as markers. I've talked about this before. We've used them as energy markers because the energies weren't consistent like they're consistent now. The energies are super consistent, super high and flowy. They're very blissful, and you can get lost in them in a sense of like feeling complete apathy and not wanting to do anything, right? Waking up with this gusto, oh, I'm going to paint today, I'm going to make a video, I'm going to do this, I'm going to check on my social media feeds, and then all of a sudden you get to the first task and you're like, man, I just don't feel like doing anything. I feel like just sitting and doing nothing, like just being a vegetable. And that's okay, because sometimes that's how we're processing the codes. And people might mistake that for feelings of depression, or being in a state of apathy, or having a lack of joy or enthusiasm. But that's actually not what's happening at all. It's these new codes that are coming through that are filling our field, that are asking us to just take a step back and just let everything kind of like rework itself, because we're going to be coming into these all new states of higher level creation. But we have to let go of the old before we can move forward. We have to let go of all the things that we were doing that are no longer going to mesh in with this higher dimensional frequency that's coming in. The third dimension is on its final leg. We can't hold on to it. It's going to collapse. So whatever was created under that third dimensional platform, that matrix platform, is gonna feel bumpy now, right? Even myself, I could say, I'm looking at my business model, and I had to change it in January. This past January, I had to change it. I didn't have a choice. The messages that were coming in for me, the transmissions coming through for me, was like, you have to change your logo, change your website, change the colors, go from the purple to the golden white, and change the inner platform of your classroom, your dashboard. The membership area got completely revamped and completely reworked, and it's actually so much better now. But I was willing to listen. I was willing to participate in that. And so that was last January that I took that undertaking. And now I'm getting ready to roll out a second business, which is my Botanicals business, which is going to be in partnership with my healing business. And that's going to be a whole new world opening up. But I'm already looking at that dynamic and seeing where it wants me to stretch, where it wants me to take myself, how it wants me to free myself even more and give myself more power through self-liberation, self-actualization, self-awareness, self-empowerment, right? And all of that. We're all being asked to do this. And so you might notice these subtle shifts and these changes. And, I feel like I'm not done yet with my website, where my business platform resides, as I'm bringing in this new botanical platform. I'm feeling like there's something yet that has to change, that has not changed yet, because it's not in my awareness as to what it is. But the more I can stay playful, I could stay open, I could be a good receiver and put the catcher's mitt on and sit there and be like, okay, I know it's coming. I'm just going to wait for it. And I'm going to be in joy, and I'm not going to be in resistance to what is, because the minute I go into resistance thinking, I don't like this, it doesn't feel comfortable, I'm not used to this. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how this is going to work. The more we can get out of that mindset and allow ourselves to be in a better place, then we're going to be an amazing receiver to what is and bring it all in joyfully. But if we're struggling and we're in our head and we're trying to bang up against the old of what we used to do, right? And we keep measuring ourselves to that, then we're going to feel those feelings of apathy. We're going to feel disillusioned. We're going to feel the loss. We're going to feel the detachment, and it, may feel like depression. And none of that is true or even real. But what it is the resistance that we're holding on to with regard to shifting, with regard to letting go of maybe the old process that doesn't really work, that used to work, but doesn't work now anymore. And so we have to just allow ourselves to be in flow with what is and bring in all new, right? And I'm seeing that around me as those of you that are creators are looking, what way can I do this now? If I've been on an online platform, can I switch into an in-person retreat model? And what will that look like? I know for me, that's on my horizon. In person is definitely on my horizon. I've been speaking about it. I've been getting glimpses of it. Is it here yet? No. It has to be formatted. I have to wait for all of that, the codes and the light codes and key codes to settle in my field so that I can feel what I'm being called to. In the meantime, it just feels like I'm about to get into a double Dutch jump rope, and I'm just waiting for the timing, and the right timing is coming, but it's not here yet. So if you have been feeling this, I wanted to share this and say, just let go. Just let go. Just let yourself be in flow with what is. Stop measuring yourself against other people and where they are and, excuse me, what you're seeing rolling out. There's a lot of follow me, do it this way, I have the answers, and I'm posting what's happening in the cosmos of the universe right now. And what I try to do here is give a more generalized look at what is taking place. And the reason for that is because I know that I could be talking about something in its very, very specific nature, in its very unique way, because that's what I'm feeling. And maybe, less than 1% of the population is going to be feeling that too, because we're all on different timelines. We're all on different timelines. We're all in different realm shifts. We're processing through the best we can. So what I do is take a snapshot of what's going on in the collective experience. And of course, that feed always comes through as a transmission or download for me. Most of the time, I laugh at this all the time, but you're going to notice this for you too. It's when I am getting myself together in the morning, getting ready. The shower is always a great place because the bathroom is a portal, right? You've got all that water energy in there bringing through transmissions, right? It's water is a conductor of the energies. And so it's great for bringing through transmissions. So pay attention when you're in the shower, or even if you're like just washing your face or washing your hands. Pay attention to the thoughts going through your mind, because the minute you connect with the water, and especially in the bathroom, which is usually tiled, That is a place that, like, just the waves, the energy waves are just bouncing around in there. You're probably getting really good insights and don't even realize it. So maybe, leave a journal in there, or if you take a recorder, a voice recorder, even the memo recorder on your phone, whatever ideas you're getting, just quickly record them, because I guarantee you it's a transmission, a download, whatever you want to call it. And it's going to disappear as quickly as it came in. It's going to disappear from your mind as quickly as it came in, if you're not holding on to it, if you're not anchoring it in. Okay. So be present for that, because if you're wanting some kind of change, that's the great place to experience a change, or to experience information coming in for the purpose of the change, right? The higher self is always talking to us, and it's the clearest and loudest when we usually have water around us, which is why people like to go down to the water to sit and kind of meditate or vegetate or whatever. So I think I'm going to leave this here. I think I covered everything that I was supposed to. I didn't make notes for this, but I think that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, or anything that you are struggling with, just leave it below and I will either answer it or do a video on it for you. But we're in these highest highs right now. We have several shifts as we enter into August. We're going to be going into right off the bat. We're heading into a full moon in Aquarius. Okay. Anchoring more of that Aquarian energy in. So see how this fits all of this, right? Because we have big shifts. We have a retrograde, then we have a new moon that's uber powerful, and then another full moon, and it's just like leading us into the equinox. And that equinox is going to be a major powerful shift. Okay, because we are setting the stage for our finale in the crazy that's going on out there in the illusion, the collective experience, the government, all of that. But we are going to be ending the age of the Piscean age, the age of lead, which was very heavy and very dense, these 26,000 past years, and now heading into the Aquarian age, which is very light and it's very mental and it's floaty and it's airy, right? Just like Aquarius is. And so we're anchoring that in at the end of January. So we are pulling in all of these divine codes and just creating the potential for these new experiences for ourselves. So I want to encourage you to really, do your best to navigate these shifts. And remember, it's not depression. It's just the resistance being felt to letting go of the past. Don't look at it. Don't watch as you're letting it go. Just know that you're on to something else, something more exciting, something new, something that is going to be really yummy and divine once you've let go of the old. We can't fill a basket that is already full, right? We have to empty the basket in order to fill it. So empty out the basket that's carrying the old 3D stuff and allow yourself to start to collect the new little accents and baubles and creation ideas and all of that good stuff that's coming in for you, that's going to help you really anchor in and expand into and align with these age of Aquarius energies. Okay, don't let anything scare you. There's nothing scary out there. Okay, there's nothing scary out there. It's our fear that presents through that. All right, everything is here for us. It wants us to excel. It wants us to have success. It wants us to have happiness. So that's where I want you to point your inner compass. All right. So I'm going to leave this here for now. I wish you a wonderful whatever it is that you're doing. Know that I love you so, so very much. And I look forward to connecting with you again soon. So be well. I love you. Bye-bye.